Good evening, my dear student. This is our UGC NET PYQ series, previous year question paper analysis series. This question paper are based on June 2021. Our series is based on chapter wise. Our chapters is Unit 10 Management. The first question is June 2021 management question. Question number 37. An organizational structure is like a skeleton in that it lends support to the dash in an organization. They given 4 option: projects, department, function, role. The correct option B, department. So parallelly we have to understand what do you mean by organization structure. Organization structure define how an organization activities are organized, directed, coordinated, controlled, including all roles, responsibility and reporting relationship. The organization structures are involved in this area. There are so many key aspects of organization structure. Number 1, hierarchy and reporting. Number 2, role and responsibility of organization. Number 3, decision making. Number 4, communication. Number 5, collaboration and coordination. And number 6, efficiency and effectiveness. There are different types of organization structure. Parallelly you have to study the different types of organization structure. Number 1, hierarchical structure. Number 2, flat structure. Number 3, functional structure. Number 4, divisional structure and matrix structure. So this is a very interesting question. Not only prepare the single question, I repeat again, you have to prepare the collateral and related topic to prepare according to that question. So we'll move on the next question. Our next question is based on which one of the following is not key management function. The question number 38 of June 2021 question paper. They have given the 4 option: planning, organizing, appealing and controlling. You know very well the wrong option. The appealing is not a key management function. So option number C is the right. Now you have to understand who has given this conception. The Henry Fell is a management expert, a French businessman and French engineer, has given the this function, conception of function, the planning, organizing, commanding, coordinating and controlling. The 5 function he has given, and parallelly you have to study 14 principle of management. In my previous video you have got the 14 principle of management. Henry Fell I have already discussed. So planning, organizing, leading and controlling, these are the modern. Today this function have been considered the 4: planning, organizing, leading and controlling. Planning means defining goal, establishing strategy and developing plan to coordinate activity. Organizing, what do you mean by organizing? Determining what need to be done and how it will be done, who is to do it. The leading, what do you mean by leading? Leading is related to motivating others action. Leading others action involves dealing with the people. And controlling is based on monitoring activities to ensure that they are accomplished as planned. So these are the important function of management. Now we move on to our next question. Question number 39. Which of the following does not constitute a contract under the Indian Contract Act? My dear student, the section 10, unit 10, they not only they provide, UGC also provide the management. In our syllabus they provide management section, financing section, accounting and finance section, and they also provide the Contract Act under Indian Contract Act. So which of the following does not constitute contract under the Indian Contract Act? They have given the four option: agreement and its enforceability constitute a contract, is the right. A contract necessarily create a legal obligation, it is also right. And number D, contract is concluded and binding on concerned party, that is also right. So you have to know the Indian Contract has started from 1872. Under these four options, C, all contract may not be agreement. This is the wrong conception. This statement is wrong. So option C is the right. All contracts should be agreement. Now here I have given the comparative study between agreement and contract. So agreement, what do you mean by agreement? Every promise and every set of promises forming the consideration for each other is an agreement under the section 2E, the Contract Act 1872. For constituting agreement and offer by one party and its acceptance by others party are required, in other words, an offer agreement. The agreement equal to offer plus its acceptance. In the case of contract, an agreement enforceable by law is a contract. So section number section 2H. Merely an agreement is not a contract, but its enforceability at contract. So agreement plus its enforceability at law, that is called contract. For in the case of agreement, for constituting an agreement, a promise or set of promises forming consideration for each others are required. An agreement become a contract only when such agreement fulfill all the legal obligation, legal condition of a contract. As example, formation of legal relationship, fee concern and lawful object, etc. In the case of agreement, an agreement is a wider concept than that of contract, but a contract is the space of an agreement. As such, it is a narrower concept. Therefore, it is said that every contract is an agreement, but every agreement is not necessarily contract. Number 4, it is not necessary that every agreement must create legal obligation, because all agreements do not go to constitute contract. Number 5, an agreement cannot be concluded or binding contract, but every contract necessarily create a legal obligation, because every contract is basically an agreement, and a contract is always concluding and binding on the concerned party. So under this section, under this question, all contract may not be agreement is a wrong statement. So option C is the right. Now we move on our next question. Our next question, question number 40. This question based on corporate dividend. Following fact hold true about corporate dividend policy, except the payment of dividend is made to all stockholders registered on a particular record. This is the correct statement. Dividend payment by Indian tourism companies are regulated now by section 123 of the Companies Act 2013. It's true. Dividend can be paid out of free reserve also. That is also true. But dividend are always paid in the form of cash. That is the wrong. It's not necessary always paid in the form of cash. It can be provided cash dividend, stock dividend, cash dividend, stock dividend. Now we have to understand what do you mean by corporate dividend. Corporate dividend policy outline how company chooses to distribution its profit to shareholder. When the company earn the profit, they can provide the profit to their shareholder, and balancing shareholders return with the need for reinvestment and company growth. There are so many aspects of dividend policy. Number 1, decision making. Number 2, objective balance shareholder reward. Objectivities, balance between shareholder reward. Number 3, types of dividend can choose from cash dividend, stock dividend. There are so many policy factor, profitability, cash flow and investment need. So this is the question based on important area of corporate dividend. Our next question, question number 63. This question is based on the following statement are true about cost of capital except. My dear student, at first you have to understand what do you mean by cost of capital. It is the rate of return required by investors to compensate them for the risks of investing in a company. So it's the rate of return required by investors to compensate them for the risks of investing in a company. What are the important component? Cost of debt, it is related the internal interest on loan. Cost of preferred equity is related the dividend on preferred stock. Cost of common equity, expected return of shareholder. These are the important component of cost of capital. And what is the importance? The key factors in decision making regarding capital budgeting, investment project and capital structure. Capital budgeting, investment project and capital structure, these are the very importance and significance of cost of capital, and it is the rate of return required by investor to compensate them for the risks of investing in a company. So what is our question? Which statement are true in the case of cost of capital except which are the true? The adding fetch factor, statement C, adding fetch factor to discount rate undervalue long cable project compared with the quick payoff project is right. Statement is right. Statement D, the opportunity cost of capital depends on the use to which that capital is put. It is also true. But in the case A, B, E, statement is not true. The statement A, company cost of capital is the correct discount rate for all projects. This is wrong. Distant cash flow are riskier than near-term cash flow. This is also wrong statement. Long-term project require higher risk adjusted rate. That is also the wrong statement. So this topic is based on cost of capital. Our next question, which of the following factor constitute the element of external environment of tourism business? Each and every organization, there's two kinds of environment has been involved, at external environment and internal environment. In the case of external environment, opportunities and technological development has been involved. In the case of internal environment, strengthening in R&D, research and development, financial resources and company image has been involved. So statement A is the right. A and B is the correct statement. So according to environment, according to important factor of environment based on magnitude of the impact of business organization, what is the external environment? Means the market, supplier, technological, economic factor, regulatory factor, political factor, socio-cultural issues and global factor has been involved. Our next question is based on organization as an open system. Self-contained, isolated form is environment, interdependent, always in a state of dynamic equilibrium and flattening the hierarchy. So C and D, statement C, interdependent, and D, always in a state of dynamic equilibrium is the correct statement. So option C is the right. So what do you mean by open system organization? It is an organizational model that view an organization as a dynamic entity, constantly interacting with its external environment, enhancing input and output and adapting to changes. These are the very important area. And these are what are the characteristics of open system organization? the interaction with the environment, dynamic and adaptive, feedback mechanism has been involved, emphasis on relationship with the environment, and more flexible. These are the nature of open system of organization. So here option C is the right. Our next question is very important. I have told you in the section of management, unit 10, management syllabus, in our tourism administration management, section 10, management syllabus, they also involve the financial topic. So these are financial management. These four areas is a very important of financial decision making and measurement. Dividend decision is measured the profit allocation. Liquidity decision is measured by net working capital. Capital structure decision is measured by financial risks, and capital budgeting decision is measured by long-term asset mix. So these show A, option number A is the correct. This is a very, very important topic of our financial management area. Now we move on our next question, question number 82 under the June 2021 question paper. So here they provide, arrange the following matrix and chronologically according to the year of these were developed. BCG matrix. What do you mean by BCG matrix? Is a growth share matrix. And analyzed company's product portfolio. Is developed Boston Consulting Group in 1970. Next, Ansoff matrix. It was developed by applied mathematician and business manager Igor Ansoff in 1957. GEC matrix, General Electric matrix, developed McKinsey Company in 1970. And BI or DIY matrix has developed 2014, explored the implication of applying automation. So this a matrix structure is one of the important organization structure. According to chronologically, BCG matrix developed 1970, Ansoff matrix developed 1957, GEC matrix has developed 1970, and BI DIY matrix developed 2014. So option number C is the correct. Our next question, question number 85. This question is based on very, very important topic of our management. This is called management by objective. Our process, as a process, consists of series of following interrelated steps. Arrange the steps in order in which these are taken. There are 5 steps they have provided. Step 1, B. The subordinate proposes to the manager a set of goal and performance measures. Statement C. Second step, individual involved attempt to accomplish the individual goal in specific period. No, statement 1, 2. The subordinate and the manager jointly develop specific goal and target. So B, A, C, D, E. Statement C, option number D is the correct. B, A, C, D, E. See, individual involved attempt to accomplish the individual goal in specific period. The manager feedback result to the subordinate and gives appropriate reward for performance. And E, the based on the performance review, new performance goal are set. So option number D is the correct. My dear student, we have to understand what do you mean by management by objective. It is a system of evaluating subordinate for their ability to achieve specific goal of the organization. And there are 3 specific steps has been involved in the section of management by objective. Number 1, specific goal and objectives are established at each level of the organization. Step 2, managers and their subordinate periodically review the subordinate goal. And step 3, managers and their subordinate periodically review the subordinate progress towards meeting the goal. So these are the important question of our UGC NET June 2021 question paper. So these are important PYQ series, previous year question paper analysis series. It is very effective for our upcoming exam preparation. Keep touch with this channel, follow this channel regularly basis. It will be very effective for your preparation and achieving your desired goal. Thank you.